Here's a good one. What are the indicators that tattoo artists should use an accountant? Get some help, or when can they just do it themselves with a product like TurboTax or Quicken or something like that?
I worked with TurboTax and H&R Block tax software and software before either of those even existed. So I'm a big fan of tax software.
Okay.
I think they can do for most people, but the first year you're in business for yourself, you got lots of questions. It might be a great year to go to an accountant. Maybe always. I mean, some people got better things to do with their time than to do taxes. Sure. And it does take time, particularly when you've got all of these deductions and issues that you have as an artist. I mean, it is much more, I'm an employee. I used to have some 1099 income occasionally, but my return has always been simple. I've always used tax software.
Okay.
But a thing to think about is the first year you're in business, go to an accountant, see what they do, pay attention, don't just let them do everything. And then from then on, I'll bet you can switch to TurboTax or block tax software, because generally your return's going to be very similar from year to year. The law does not change that much. Your business probably doesn't change that much. Hopefully it gets bigger, but it just magnifies what you're doing. So I think, again, I'm a big fan in do-it-yourself. It's cheap. It's, the programs, if you've never used them, they're so well designed to be interactive. If you ask your question here, yes, it's going to know to ask you these 3 questions over here. Okay. If you tell it you're an independent contractor, it's going to ask you about what your expenses were, and it's going to trigger those thoughts that hopefully you'll get all of the deductions you deserve.
Okay. That makes sense to maybe invest in it the first year if you're getting into something new. Answer any kind of wild questions that you have, or maybe your accountant will ask questions that you didn't think to ask, and then from there, as long as things aren't changing too much, you can probably use the software to
right, because once an accountant showed you once how to use the Section 179 expensing deduction, you'll know how to do it. It's not brain surgery to use it. So you'll know that form's there. You're going to remember when you buy this new piece of equipment, oh yeah, last year I was able to deduct it all at